are doing some vehicle fixing today. We've got to go drop one off at the shop, pick one up from the shop, and then work on another one here ourselves. I'm 99% sure I know what was wrong with the rollback. In the last video you saw where it was the rear ends were not happy. I think we're okay there, but we're gonna double, triple verify that and make sure. So we got to get the tow truck running and hooked up to the old car. And I realized, like, you guys, because some of you asked, do you ever even use the tow truck? I've actually been using it all the time, just it's worked out that most of it hasn't been for YouTube stuff. So today, we're gonna take the tow truck. Right on the money. Go. There it is. Coolant. Right where it should be. And the only other one I really want to check is power steering, because that was leaking and it's a little bit low. So we'll top that off. All right. We're gonna let this get warmed up and then we're gonna go get the old car hooked up. Good enough. Okay, the car's hooked up, tied down, and David is here right on time.
I'm here.
You don't even know what we're doing today.
No, not at all. So
we are taking the old car to Elite Fleet, dropping it off to get the misfire figured out, and a new shifter cable for that one that broke. We're picking up Jed, bringing it back here.
Okay.
You haven't seen Jed, have you?
Not in person.
Do you even know what Jed is?
I've seen pictures.
Okay. You're in for a treat. And then we're going to double check the rear ends of that rollback to make sure what we thought we found out yesterday is correct.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Let's go. All right. To the shop we go. Oh, we don't have to put all this all the way away because we're just hooking another one right
Switching
back up.
it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think when we hook up Jed, we're not going to use the safety chains or the straps in hopes that it's not there when we get home. Yeah, this thing, I'm still leaning towards fuel pressure. Even though we changed the fuel filter. Because it's misfiring, but it's not misfiring on one cylinder consistently like it's an injector or a spark plug on that cylinder. It's like while it's misfiring and like under power, and it's when you put a load on it, like when you need a lot of fuel, then it starts misfiring, and you can take a temp gun and put it on all the individual cylinders and they're all within 50, 60 degrees of each other. So I think it's just an intermittent fuel pressure stumble, not a single cylinder's gone dead stumble. But I also don't know what I'm talking about, so it could be anything. Now that you see it in person, David.
It looks worse in person than it did in the pictures.
Yes, it does. Everyone looking at the video is like, oh, you should fix it up. It's not that bad. It's that bad. Look at this. Hose clamp seatbelt mounts. Jagged metal everywhere you look. Oh, but they threw in some nice 4x4 badges for me. All right. Oh yeah, the door is kind of loud. You gotta do it like this. And it's too short. have a set of 37s at home I kind of want to put on it.
Yeah.
So, what's your vote on what stupid thing we should do with it?
Drive it off a cliff and then recover it.
That's my first thought as well. Here's the problem with Jed.
Which
The
one?
bottom half is really good. Like, it's a Jeep. Now it's got a 8 1/4, I believe, but it's welded rear end, so we're all locked up in the rear. It's got Dana 30 front with the WJ knuckle conversion and brakes and all that, so that's all really good. The engine runs good. Transmission, even though it's full of water, does good. It's like the bottom half, it's good. Everything else.
Just everything else.
Everything from the frame up, no go. We need to find some other goofy body and put on it.
Yeah.
And just get rid of this.
Everything that sucks.
And make it like a goofy, dumb body, but not so sketchy.
Not a dangerous, goofy, dumb body.
No, here's what I want. I want it to look sketchy without actually being sketchy. That's what I would like. Also, we're going to stop at the hardware store on the way home and get hooks that have the clip on them. I don't like that. We should take this out cruising for chicks and see how the response is. And I know somebody's already commented, Casey, you have a wife. If I told her that was my plan, she would laugh and say, good luck. The other handy thing about it being made out of unistrut, good places to hook my straps. Look at the floor.
It's just pulling it up.
It just pulls the floor up.
There's a lot of places to strap on, but none of them are secure.
It just ripped the floor up. Oh no. We should put the seatbelt on too, just in case. 'Cause that's... Okay. This is new race Jeep for me. What I'm seeing. So we got forward. No, I'm gonna make it better. We got forward headers on here. We run these straight out through the grill right here with igniters in here and a propane feed line. So when you're hitting that finish line jump, you can shoot fireballs out the front. Right? Just say yes, you're doing it.
Yes, I'm doing it.
All right, you heard it. In the video where we were doing this, a professional welder commented and said how wrong we were doing it.
Has it fallen off yet? Yeah.
So what he said, and he argued with me about this because he's a professional, and don't argue with a guy who does this for a living.
Okay, hold on. What makes you a professional? You get paid to do it. Have you been to AutoZone?
So he said, instead of welding this to the caster, you should have created a flange and made holes, matching holes in the flange, so you could bolt it to the caster, so that when the caster wears out, you can just replace the caster.
Yeah. You know how much time it would take to
Thank
do that?
you. That was exactly what I
You know how
said.
much time it would take? Even that giant weld. That's 10 times the weld needs to be on that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I can unweld that and re-weld a new one faster than I can unbolt and re-bolt the caster. And here's the even better
I was
part.
like, Casey, do you think we should unbolt this so we don't hurt the bearings in the caster? And you were like, nope. And I was like, I agree.
And you just replaced the whole damn thing. It's sleeved on there. You're not going to try to save that bit of metal.
Yeah, and I'm not towing this trailer, or like towing
Yeah,
this
it needs to roll from here to right there.
Yeah, in this caster's lifetime, they're going to get like 100 feet put on it.
Yeah, we're just going to toss this whole thing.
I don't know how many miles you're putting on your table, pal, but chill out.
So back to the important things here, and that is judging Nate's weld. Don't screw this up, I'm filming you.
Damn it!
You weren't doing good anyway.
That
It's
was
fine.
Still a nice weld.
Are you welding this whole bracket up?
I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just doing it. I really should take that Heim joint out of there.
You know the correct way to do this, since you know I do this for a living, is to make a spacer that exact
I was just telling
distance.
him back when I was at Automotive Fabrication, I had like, because this is 2 5/8 wide, you'd make them that are like 2 inch 700,
Yep.
so it's a little bit wider.
So that'll fit in there, and then you
That'll
weld
fit
it
in
all
there.
together so that doesn't compress.
Yep. I actually was like, oh, I'll put this in there, and I was like, man, that's a big gap.
Okay, so we're back home. We're verifying some stuff on the truck here. We just checked all transmission fluid, full, clear, good fluid. Now David is under between the drives, making sure we got good fluid in the diffs themselves. So what we found the problem to be, because we were worried about driving home and making it home with that, and the trip home went great, and we were super confused on why everything was silent all of a sudden and it was all going so good. And then we figured it out, and I will show you that clip right here. Turns out nothing's wrong with the truck. I'm just an idiot. Actually, there's something wrong with the truck, but it's not anything back here. So we drove the whole way from where we picked that truck up all the way to Quentin's yard with the airbags down. So the sounds we were hearing coming through the drivetrain, which you hear out of your transmission shifter that's connected to it, was not the transmission going out, it's not the power divider going out, it's the U-joints between my 2 drive axles, because those 2 drive axles are mounted on suspension that does this. So when you dump your suspension, they go like that, meaning that rear drive shaft out of the first one is pointed up, and then down into the second one, and then up, and your U-joint angles are basically just all f***ed up. So when they're all f***ed up, and you don't have them loaded either way, they start rattling like crazy. I had the switch in the up position for the airbags, but that switch doesn't always work correctly, where like it doesn't read when you flip. And so I flipped the switch up, shows bags up or inflate, and then we drove all the way there. 1, loaded, 2, with the airbags dumped. That was our drivetrain noise, because we're driving here and everything was fine. It was silent. I could not make it make any noise at all. It was dead silent, and I'm like, how the hell did it just fix itself? And then I started thinking about it, and then I realized, and what triggered me is when we were coming down the hill where it was, we're coming to a stop sign, I heard my auto chains dragging the ground. Now the auto chains, since they're mounted forward of the axle, when the axle rotates up, kicks those down, and they droop down onto the ground when you dump your suspension. When you inflate it to go down the road, they come back up off the ground. Just how they hang when they're in the folded position. I heard them dragging as I come to that stop sign. I thought, oh, just the way we're moving, suspension bounced up and down, maybe they're hitting and dragging, whatever. But then realizing all that, oh no, they were dragging because the suspension was dumped because the switch didn't hit. So I got to take that switch panel apart, clean out all those switch contacts really good, and make it so it inflates, because now everything is fine. Silence. Bags are up, so to test that, I dumped the bags going down the road and then got in that in between the on and off throttle, and it started making the noise again. Hit the switch to inflate them again, went back to silent. That was our freaking noise. Went from a $15,000 transmission to like an $8,000 power divider to, I just need to clean the switch. So as you can see, it was nothing more than the airbags just didn't raise back up when I flipped the toggle switch after loading that truck up. And they did when I flipped the toggle switch after unloading it. So it was just the U-joint angle. And then when we lifted it and spun them, yeah, it's making noise back here because the U-joint angles are thrown off the other way. Instead of being kicked up, now they're all kicked down. But at ride height, with the airbags up, you know, in a correct situation, everything was fine. But to double check and just make sure, we're going through the fluids on the front drive axle, the rear drive axle, and the transmission to make sure all is good. And then we will grease all of the U-joints and check them all for play and slop, just to make double sure everything is good. I guess that'd be triple, because we already made sure. Now we're making double sure, and then we go re-grease everything. That's triple, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, I had to go to a meeting. I'm back. David got all the diffs were full. Everything was good, 100%. Good looking oil, not like full of metal and stuff.
No, it was clear.
Perfect. And then he also greased all the U-joints and drive lines, put the trucks on blocks to make it easier. So we'll go ahead and get this one pulled down, I say we unload Jed and bolt some 37s on it.
Okay.
Set the floor back down. What a terrible vehicle. I need a whole nother body is what I need to do. And just unbolt this entire body, scrap it, and put something else on here. Something cool and goofy that's not this. Like I said, I want it to look sketchy and goofy, but not actually be sketchy. Whew, that's better. All right. I was kind of hoping it would just blow up. Hazards are on. So we have a problem. We actually should have left that on there to show how cool it looked. Yeah. This thing looks so badass with those 37 Swampers on it, because I just got them like butted up there, but I don't have the correct spacers to put them on because this is 5 on 4.5. Well, this spacer would come off, and this is 5 on 4.5. This is 5 on 4.5. It's just a spacer. These are 8 on 6.5. These are a 5 on 4.5, 2 8 on 6.5 adapter. You would think that would go on there. That goes in there. All is happy, but these have this lip right here, and these wheels, that doesn't fit over this inner hub bore here. So you can't do that. I have these right here that are flat-faced hub bore and uses a lug-centric design instead of a hub-centric, meaning this will go right in there, because that is 8 on 6.5, just like that. But on this side, it's 5 on 5.5, and this is 5 on 4.5. But I have these adapters that are 5 on 4.5 to 5 on 5, and then I have over here, I have adapters that are 5 on 5.5 back to 5 on 4.5. It doesn't help us on that one because that's a 5 on 5.5. So we need to go from 5 on 4.5 to 5 on 5.5. Then we can go from 5 on 5.5 flat face to 8 on 6.5, yeah. Or we could just order 5 on 4.5 to 8 on 6.5 flat faced, lug centric, not hub centric.
And skip all the extra.
Did that make sense to you or just me? Because I was talking earlier and David looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, it makes sense the second time you say it. The first time it's just a whole bunch of numbers. It makes more sense the second time.
I have so many wheel spacers and adapters. None of them start out as 5 on 4.5 and go to 5 on 5.5. I have 5 on 5.5 to 5 on 5, but that doesn't help with either of those converters to 8 on 6.5. And over there, I even have, oh, I do have 5 on 5.5. So, ooh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Over here. Boom. 5, no. This is 6 on 6.5 to 5 on 4.5. And now it's dented. Those are not the correct ones either. So that means if I want to put those tires on this, I have to order spacers, despite the fact that I have 15 sets of spacers and adapters in this shop right now.
They're all wrong.
Yeah. So we're back down the shop. Since Jed didn't work out, we should have taken pictures while that tire was halfway on, so it looks like. Either way, we changed tactics. We're getting rid of these old, rusty, super short safety chains that were on the wrecker. And we've put some shiny new, much longer ones on here, which means we've got to test them out.
Yeah.
Do you know how we're going to do that?
Pull something with them.
Jed.
Okay. That was exactly what you were looking for.
That's what we needed. Hey, the Saints chains work. So, mission accomplished. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.